Hey everyone, oldish 22 here, and I am here today to talk about this is gonna be my level 1 to level 25 experience of Final Fantasy 14. This is also my first video of Final Fantasy 14. I just want to go over like what I enjoy of the game so far, what I'm having fun with, what I dislike, anything like that. It's kind of like my review. I'm making Realm Reborn a two-part, and I think I'm gonna do like once I get to like 50, I'll do another part of this, talk about. And then when I get to 60, will be like Heaven's Ward, of course, and then Stormblood, and Shadowbringers. So I'm going to be doing pretty much my journey through the game, and just give my thoughts and how I feel about the game so far and everything like that. Now, I know most of you don't know me at all because one, this is my first Final Fantasy video, but just a little bit of my MMO background. I have played World of Warcraft for years. Literally, that was all I played. I played in BC, Lich King, Kata, Mista Pandaria, WoD. I was a pretty hardcore raider when it was like BC Ranch, Wrath of Lich King, and then I switched to like a lot of PvP and kind of mixed it. And I played Warlords of Draenor, and that's when I quit WoW. I completely skipped over Legion. I went to BFA, played a little bit of BFA, but I didn't really care for it. And then I switched to or then I tried Shadowlands, and I only played that for a couple weeks, and I don't know, just didn't really get into it. I mean, Shadowlands questing, stuff like that wasn't too bad. But anyways, this is not a WoW video, so just give my background. I also played Guild Wars 2. I got the max level in Guild Wars 2. I've gotten the max level in WildStar, but WildStar's not even a game anymore. And then I've played ESO. I've only gotten like to like level 25 on ESO, so like halfway through the leveling system. But anyways, that's my MMO like background for you guys. And so I have technically played Final Fantasy 14 before this, and I played when it was Heaven's Ward. The first time I played, I enjoyed the first time I played. Back in the day when it was Heaven's Ward was the one, just trying it out. And the only reason why I stopped is because I didn't have anyone to play with. I didn't have any friends, anyone that played the game or anything like that, and I just kind of did a few levels and stuff like that, and I enjoyed it, and I just stopped, and something else, I think, came out, and I played that. But I decided I've been really craving an MMO, because I play a lot of Path of Exile. If you see my YouTube channel, there's a lot of PoE content here. Path of Exile is an action RPG game, like Diablo 2, and I played that a lot. And so that carried me over for a long, long time, and I was like, you know what, I kind of want to play an MMO. I got that MMO itch, and I was like, you know what, I should give Final Fantasy 14 a try. I like Final Fantasy overall. I've played a lot of the Final Fantasy games, and I should give it a good try. Sorry for the quality of the video here. I'm kind of surprised it looks like that. But anyways, so Final Fantasy 14. So I finally tried it. I'm, I think 20 hours in so far. And I have to say I really enjoy this game. I'm actually super impressed how fun this game is. Like really, the systems that they have are really, really fun. It makes the leveling fun. I like the questing. The questing is a little bit boring. Everyone tells me that Realm Reborn is, it's very, very boring. Like you're just like picking up stuff, doing this little stuff like that, and the quests like start opening up to you, which is true. I'm starting to feel a little bit more now with going up to like level 25 and stuff like that, where I actually have done some dungeons and stuff like that. But anyways, the questing and stuff like that, it's not too bad. It is slow, especially if you come from like World of Warcraft. If you've been playing World of Warcraft, it's much slower than the WoW questing. But it's more of like a slow build up. It's like a snowball effect, right? Like you only get a couple of abilities and stuff like that, and it's slow. You slowly progress. It's a snowball. And but it's really, I don't know. I like it. I enjoy it. I like the slow progression. I like leveling. I do. I really do. I like that if I get a character to level 80, I'm not level 80, of course, in this or any. When I finally hit the final level, it feels good. I miss that about, especially when old World of Warcraft. Sorry, I have to use World of Warcraft because that's what I played a lot. I miss the days where like when you hit max level and it felt good. It felt like an accomplishment. And this game kind of gives me that. So so I like the slow progression. I'm 20 hours in. I think I'm like level 27 right now. So it I like the pacing. But the other thing I like is I like the fates. The fates are like little events during leveling, which is really really cool. Like I literally did like every quest that I could. And then I was doing like a bunch of fates and everything. Like I was literally doing everything that I could, and I was slowly trying to work. So yeah, I like the fate system. I like the questing. It took me a little bit to get used to like Ul'dah, like the cities and stuff like that, just because I'm not the floors system and stuff like that. The one kind of that I don't like, which maybe they could maybe fix. It's not a huge deal, but with the whole map layout, sometimes it's really hard to tell if it's downstairs or upstairs. So like I don't know, like it shows like on your map, but it's actually like downstairs in your map, right? So I don't, it'd be kind of nice to just maybe get like an arrow that says up or down. Like I don't know, just a small little thing. But it doesn't. It's not like it's like that terrible or anything like that. But just maybe a little quality life there, I guess. But yeah, I did that. I've done some professions in the game. I really like the professions. I kind of like that when you actually do a profession, so like when you're doing mining, you actually have like you got your pickaxe, right? Because you switch weapons, or you switch your like a pickaxe, you're a miner, and you actually level it up, and it actually has its own abilities and stuff like that. And I think that's really really cool. It's like just it's way different, like interesting compared to like um other MMOs, and I actually like it quite a bit, and I really want to do all of the professions. I mean, I've even tried the fishing. I think I got my fishing to level 10. That was really really fun. Which I love fishing. Fishing in any MMO or action RPG is awesome. I don't know what it is, but I just I like fishing in real life, so maybe that's why. But I love fishing, so I think it's really really cool. So the professions to me are really good so far right now. Really really enjoying it. I've done some of the dungeons. I've done the first 3 dungeons. Those are pretty fun. Personally, I don't really have it down, and it was kind of rough a little bit of the dungeons because I'm what is it, Pugilist or Pugilist? I'm probably butchering that, but anyways, monk if you want to say. I was monk, and at the time I don't have an AOE, which I don't think most classes do at this time. Um, and so like I was just a single target damage, so I couldn't do my AOE, which I finally got my AOE, which is a nice AOE. I actually like the attack skill of it. But the dungeons are pretty fun. I enjoyed them. My experiences with the dungeons, one was like we took our time through it. The other time we had like a really experienced tank who I've done it with like World of Warcraft where people just like run through, they grab everything, they pretty much pull everything, you just wipe it all down, whatever. So that was my second dungeon experience. So I experienced kind of the both like pacing of dungeons. That was pretty good. That was pretty fun. Um, let's see. I've also I did what is it? Is it a trial? I think it's a trial, right? My first trial with Ifrit there. That was really really cool. I actually really really like that. So far, so the trials so far is really good. Um, so far the story, I'm not too like hooked on the story right now, but everyone tells me that it gets all really good in like Heaven's Ward and up, and then it just gets better and better. Because right now, to me, the story is kind of I don't know, like you're just kind of like doing random chores pretty much right now, and you're kind of getting introduced to like all these 3 cities, and like you're kind of getting the backstory and stuff like that. And it's a really in-depth story. It's not bad. It's just right now I don't think it's too interesting. But like I said, that's probably going to change when I get further. Like I love a good story, so I can't wait to get like really into the depth because I'm curious about things. Like I see that guy, was the black hair guy. That's pretty much in every trailer, and I'm like, who is this guy? I want to know who this guy is. I don't know who he is. So and there's a lot of other characters, and there is some interesting parts in the story, like the villains. When I finally got to see like the villains, which are the main bad guys there, I think for Realm Reborn, that was very intriguing. That was very interesting. And I like to know more, especially like with the Ifrit thing. So there's been like really good parts of the story. It's just a lot of the other parts right now are just sluggish. Do you have to? I don't know. Like, I can't really say like, because like I know some players don't really care for the story or anything like that. Oh, this is a cool pet. I like the pets, and I really like the mounts too in this game so far that I've seen. So just I was checking out pet there, but what I was saying is like, because I got some friends to start playing as well, and they might not be too much in the story like me. Like I'm probably get like deep dive, and that's fine. I don't think you have to be too much in. I don't know if I can even say that because I don't have enough knowledge of the story, but I don't know. I like it so far, and I can't wait to see more. Pretty much. So story, it's interesting. It's not super exciting or anything like that right now, but that is pretty much where I am with the story. Because I know everyone before I even got Final Fantasy 14, I watched a lot of videos that the story is a pretty big deal, and that you should do it. You should pay attention to it and actually do it. I have a hard time reading as it is. I'm glad that there is. I'm glad there is a little bit of voice acting. Thank you. I'll take any voice acting I can get because I'm a terrible reader. But it's cool that there is some voice acting scenes in this, and that's really, really cool. And the music is fantastic so far. I really, really like the music. I am like super hooked so far on this game. Literally, all I want to do is play Final Fantasy 14, and all I hear is like cooler stuff that I haven't even done yet. Like, was this like the Palace of the Dead or whatever, the 200 floor thing? I'm like, that is a really cool system idea. I've always liked that, especially like if you can especially add on, because I was wondering, I guess they've been adding on, so that's really, really cool. Which I think there's 2 of them. I just noticed that I've been listening to some like Final Fantasy 14 videos. I think the weather system, I really haven't messed with the weather system. Like, how to catch like certain fish and stuff like that. I think it's for like professions. I think that is pretty cool. I haven't really messed with it, but I think it's a really cool idea. I like anything with like weather, stuff like that, because they got the weather stations. And I guess there's a website or something that you can maybe use and it has the weather. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's just really cool. And I'm glad that item-wise, this is kind of like a problem that I had with like ESO. I feel like my armor didn't change very much when I like progressed through and leveling up. I feel like in Final Fantasy it does progress, like you get new armor and stuff like that. I mean, I don't look that good with like, I'm not like, oh my god, my armor is like sick looking. I don't really have any like really cool armor. But again, I'm only like level 27. So in this video, I'm level 18 at the time that I'm using for this video. But yeah, and the weapons for the monk is not, they're not too interesting yet. Like, there's not really cool ones, but I've seen some like really badass swords in the game, some spears and stuff like that. I'm hoping there's some really, really cool monk weapons. I haven't looked at all. I imagine there is, like during endgame and stuff like that. But yeah, I don't know. I really like the pacing of it. I know a lot of people don't really like the slower pace, but for me personally, I don't know, I like working on everything. I did learn a lesson though. When you do quests, when you do quests, I guess you don't have to do every quest, especially at one character. Because when I went to one of the other big the I don't know, capitals if you want to call them, like the new Grindia. I call it New Narnia, but when you go there, the forest area, I was like, oh, there's all these other side quests. I'm like, wait, I probably shouldn't be doing all these. Because if I'm going to switch classes and level up another class or job, sorry, I'm used to other MMOs, but yeah, other jobs, I probably should save these quests. But then they have New Game Plus, which I don't really know how that works. I'll probably figure that out eventually. I finally got my mount. That's the other thing, which is nice. Thank God for mount. The sprint is nice when you're running, but man, it is nice. I do like the teleporting system too, which kind of reminds me of ESO. I think the further away the teleport is, the more money it costs. Um, which is not too bad. I'm trying to think if there's anything out. The mount's cool. I haven't really messed with like the chocobo fighting and everything, but it's kind of crazy in this game so far. Oh, I got the Grand Company, which is kind of cool too. Is that it seems like every system has like a ranking, like not a ranking, but like a leveling system. So like the Grand Company, you have to like level up to a sergeant and stuff like that, all the way to like what I think. I joined the Alda, God, um, Grand Company, and I see that like, you become like a flame general if you go through all of them. So it's like another system you have to work on. But I like that. There's like so much stuff you can do in the game. It's nuts. It is. I like that. There's like, oh, I got to work on this. I can work on this. Because you got like the Grand Company, you got all these jobs that you can level. You got all these professions you can level. I check. Oh, the housing market. I haven't even talked about the housing thing. I just went and checked out the housing. I think it's so freaking cool. I think Final Fantasy actually might have like the coolest like housing I've seen in an MMO. Like I loved like the plots. I loved it. I was talking to my friends that you can like actually like auction for a house and everything. And I went in and I checked some houses out. And it's just like it's really cool what you can do with houses. It's absolutely like awesome. So like I said, I haven't messed with the housing, but like just looking at it and going to like lots and checking out everyone's houses is really really cool. I think it's really cool. I don't know how like the whole tax thing or whatever works, but I know you have to pay for that. But yeah, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I need to talk. Oh, the gameplay so far is not too bad. It's like I said, it's very slow with only a few buttons. But I got like what I think 4 or 5 buttons I can click, and then I got some like buffs, and then I got like a stun. But I heard it gets a lot better later on. I think around like level 50, because then you don't get like the global cooldown is a lot longer than most like other MMOs. But yeah, it is pretty cool. Actually, I think is this where I check out? I think I check out the housing here. But yep. But anyways, I'm sorry for the crappy. I don't know why it's like that, but I'll have to take a look at that. Why when I move around it like slows down. But anyways, for Final Fantasy 14, what do I have to say? I would have to say, yeah. See, I'm checking out the lots and everything. I'm checking out the housing right now. I'd have to say I really enjoy the game so far. Like I'm pretty hooked, and all I want to do is play Final Fantasy 14 right now. I'm actually like shocked how much fun I'm having with it. And I did start a free company today, but I can't really comment on it because I just started. I literally just got some of my buddies. I got some more people I got to invite, but I do like that there's a ranking system, which is like I think like a leveling system for it. I think that's really really cool. Like I love that there's like almost a leveling system for everything, because an MMO is just like, it's about the grind, yo. It's about the grind, and I just like there's other systems that you can work on and take some time. So I think it's really really cool. As long as the systems are fun, and I think so far most of them are fun. I'm probably gonna try to get my wife into the game. I'm gonna try. So we can play. She loves MMOs, so I'm gonna try to get her into this, and I'm gonna try to get a few more of my friends in this. I highly recommend at least trying it out, because Final Fantasy 14 has a free trial all the way up to level 60, and like I said, I already have 20 hours in the game. I only got to level 27, so I feel like there's definitely a few 100 hours in that free trial that you can do. And yeah, so far I highly recommend it. I might have forgot some things I wanted to talk about. Like I haven't really talked about like the market board or anything, but I really haven't messed with it. There's a lot more other systems that I have not even seen yet or done yet. I've heard some cool stuff. Yeah, so I haven't, but I'm going to do a part 2. So hopefully when I hit level 50, I will do another video for this and give you guys my thoughts about that process, that my part 2 of this. So anyways, thanks for watching, hanging out. If you want to comment down below, what do you think of Final Fantasy 14? Is there anything I should like try out or anything around my level, or I don't know. I'm kind of curious. Like, what's your overall thoughts on Final Fantasy 14? I really really enjoy it. And yeah, if you guys want to hit that like button or hit that subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. And there's going to be a lot more Final Fantasy 14 content. I'm hoping to really dive into a lot of this and definitely farm mounts, minions, all kinds of stuff like that. So, anyways, I appreciate it. Thank you guys again for watching, and I can't wait to make more Final Fantasy content. So, have a good one, everyone. Adios.